Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping in and spending some time with me today. I am working on a pick a project video. This is a starter video for another project that I've already started this one, but I wanted to bring it into this little pick a project thing that we do. Look, I have a cutter, guys. We'll see if I have enough space to use it. You might recognize this paper. This is a lot of the paper that I was using in the Beach Altered book. This is the leftovers. And as I am trying to go through and rid myself of, the excess here in my craft area, one of the things I did was I had some flip-flop bases that were already made. And I decided to cover one of them and make it into a beach flip-flop journal. So we are going to finish up covering the envelopes. So far I have this. This I'm going to reinforce. It's scrapbook paper and it's not like flimsy, but it's also not cardstock. I'm always worried that things are going to tear, just get caught and tear. So I just want to reinforce the inside of some of the tucks. But there's going to be a tuck on the inside of the little flap. I will put a small signature in here. I'm trying once again, like I said before, I'm going to try and reduce the size of my signatures to help with some of the bulk. And then you would open this. Oh, there's a pocket here, which if you can see, I lined with water paper. And then we'll turn this page. I'm pretty sure there'll be a signature here, and then this flips out. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this, but as a folio, I might not put a signature in here. I may put like pockets and a tablet or a pad, so that you can, plus that'll means you'll be able to see the umbrella. I have to cover this panel. Okay, so that tucks up like that. And then we're at the back. This is also a tuck that needs reinforcing before I glue it down. And then we're at the back, I'm pretty sure. And in here, we have this, which gets glued. That gets glued as a pocket. I have not glued it because it's easier to glue on this if I can lift it up and manipulate it. This is going to go in here. Or that's going to be a flip out. I can't remember which. We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay, this is definitely a flip out. And it goes this way. And I'm going to line it also with water paper. So I have some darker water paper. We have to glue down these little spots. And I'm going to put water paper in here. This is going to go on top of this. I actually think this was also a flip open area because I think I was going to make this wrap up like a pocket. So yeah, this might open and this might open. Like folio areas. And then that closes and you have a signature here. And that's the front again, which makes this the last page. So you would see that last, because there's the front again. And then I just have to figure out how I folded it all together. I've had it folded and twisted so many different ways that it's kind of a jumbled mess until I get everything put back together the way it's supposed to be. I've had it laying open flat in certain areas so that I can add paper to it. So I thought we would finish up adding the paper to this and then see where we get from there. This may be just a quick little starter video so you can see this project, but not necessarily a long, involved what's next video, because I haven't necessarily decided completely. Okay, so that's just going to go down flat. We're not doing anything special with it. It's just to go on here flat. Is this book page big enough? Not really. We need a glue mat because I'm going to end up doing glue smushing and glue is going to come out everywhere and I don't want it to. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this is my, so in our pick a project so far, we're up to 14. I ended on my hiatus at 10. So we've done an 11, which was the purple envelope journal. So we have another envelope journal going. I guess it's kind of a flip-flop journal, but not really. And then we have, let me think. We have the Victorian photo album journal going. We have a little golden book / happy day book going. And now we have this flip-flop journal going. I do not know if I will add another one to the stack. It may be one of those things where we'll work on the ones we've got going. And then if we finish one, we'll pull one in. I feel like that's probably sounds like the best way to do it. All right, now I got to get this on here nice and straight. Or as straight as possible. I mean, we can always trim, right? Like up there at the top. Because I went too high up there. All right, let me get my bone folder out here. And we'll spread out all the glue. I can feel it under there. I'm telling you, Fabri-Tac in a warm environment is in a cool environment is very unforgiving. When you put it down on the paper and then you go to try and spread it, if it's cold, it doesn't spread very well. It's like it still sticks, but it's almost like it hardens into place and it's just going to stay right there. But if it's warm, I can smush it. I've learned these things working in my basement. Okay, now, I think the idea for this was, I was going to make this a pocket, and then this pocket was going to wrap around onto here. That's what I was going to do. Yeah. That was it. Okay, so we need to go back, because we're going to have to glue this pocket closed, and then I can do that wrap around. So now that we've got that on there, and this is all dry, we can glue this pocket closed and wrap that pocket around. So let's go ahead and do that. We will reinforce the tucks today, I think. And then, I don't know, we might start making pages. I'm probably going to make some of the pages out of some of this scrapbook paper. Or I'm going to make it out of like book pages and stuff and decorate with some of the stuff on this scrapbook paper. Can you tell I really want to use up this scrapbook paper? Sorry, thinking and gluing at the same time. Anyway, so we're going to put this, we're going to close this pocket. Let me get my little wipe this excess glue off up here at the top. Okay, and that is not straight. I'm not really sure how that ended up not straight, but it's not straight. Okay, I probably should have made that pocket a little, because that's going right into there. That's going to be rough to get into. Hopefully once it glues down, I don't know. What I could do, it's not glued down yet. I could just make it a little narrower. So we're going to cut this top piece off. And then we're going to cut I'm going to cut some of this off of here, maybe about 1/2 inch. I don't want to cut off too much, but in the same token, I'm like, I want the pocket to be somewhat easily accessible. I don't want it to be a big problem. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to here. And then I'm going to cut off here. I still want the full pocket. So what I'll end up doing is, when I fold this pocket up on the other side of the envelope, I'll just have to glue that part down, right? Okay, so maybe that's going to be a little easier to get into. It's still not any straighter. That's got to be the way I glued the envelopes together. That is one not straight pocket. Okay, this time we're going to put the glue on this side because I don't know. I mean, it goes to about the black, but just better safe than sorry. We'll glue on this side. I just feel like as the journal gets thicker, this is going to sit up, right? So when you go, there's going to be there's going to be a signature in there. So this is going to sit up. So when I go to stick something in there, this is going to be in the way. So the closer this opening is to that, the harder it is going to be to get something in and out of there, which probably means this envelope or this pocket is going to be for a piece of folded paper because that's flexible and easy to get in and out. Okay, so that closes that pocket, and then what we'll do is we'll go back over here, find where it's supposed to fold up, and we will fold it up. Okay, now having said that, I'm going to, I do want to put some ink on this book, so I'm going to go ahead and, actually no, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, there are my little clippies. I'm going to clip the corners. And we're going to put a little notch in it. What? Okay, it's too narrow. I got to put something else behind it, maybe. Maybe if I'm doing two pieces, it'll work. I'm hoping. It still didn't go through it. Guys, that is a mess. I mean, it's very torn and tattered looking. Not that we don't like torn and tattered, it's just, I would like it if my punch would work. I don't know why. It works on some things, just one sheet, and then other things, it's like, nope, not going through that. I don't know what that's, I don't know what the deal on that is. But anyway, okay, so just a little bit of ink. And then we're going to glue this pocket up. Now remember, I have this edge down here that I'm going to put some glue on. So let's make sure I don't forget. I just don't want that little hole down there. A couple of reasons. One, if I stick something in there and it catches in the hole, it might tear the pocket. So, and there's already glue coming out of the fold, so I'm just going to add a little at the bottom for extra hold. Okay, and that sticks down there. And there we have a little pocket on there. A little tattered, a little frayed. It's a frayed beach towel. Okay, and then I think this Guys, I have totally lost track of how this book goes. All right, well, in the meantime, let's glue these flaps down. What I did with some of the pages was, what is that? I think my plan is to put something there, but I'm not sure. We'll have to clean that up when we're done. Okay, what I did with some of these pages, just to make it, just to finish the edges of the envelopes where I could, was I put one of the pieces of paper on and did the foldovers, like you're seeing me do here. And it's just basically to clean the edges of the envelope up. So, like, it's obviously not required. I mean, if you want to cut pieces of paper that are the exact size of the front of your envelope and put them down and just cover your envelope like that, that's fine. I was trying to cover up some of the white envelope edge that tends to stick out. It's funny how you learn as you go. So, like, I've only done one flip-flop journal. This will be my second one. My first one was the birdie book, and I learned things on that one. First of all, don't stuff your flip-flop journals so full. And then I learned that sometimes the page edges can get very torn, tattered. They're weak spots, I guess, where they peel away. And, you know, I just am trying to avoid some of that if I can. So we'll see how it goes. I'm also hoping that if I don't stretch this one beyond its limits, I won't have as many of those problems. So, you know, that's always another thing to consider. Okay, and then we'll fold this over. This also reinforces some of the edges if any of this ends up being pockets, which I don't think this is going to be pockets. As a matter of fact, this water is going down in here. Now, the way I've been doing this is I put it down where I want it, and then I mark it, and then I cut it. So I haven't been doing the huge, or I glue it down, and then I cut it after it's on the book. Now, it's easier to cut it before it's on the book, but I don't always do easy. So, you know, I've lost my pencil, guys. Wait, found it. Okay, so right here, and right here. And then let's cut those two. And you know what? We're going to use the trimmer, make it quick. So we'll cut those two spots. Okay, so that's one. Oh, I did not even try to make that straight. You know what, guys? We're going to have to remeasure. That was, I didn't even attempt. So, yeah. What we'll do is we'll cut this one. We'll cut it over a little bit, like this, since we came in a little bit on that other side. I'm hoping that's enough, but if it's not, I can always trim up on the, I can always trim it up on there. Unless, of course, it's not straight and it's too small. Really? I should have remeasured it. It's not straight. Guys, what in the world? I suppose what I should be saying is how in the world? How in the world did I do that? You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to glue it down like that, and we're going to cut it around it with scissors. I don't like doing it like that because I'm always afraid I'm going to cut the edges, but you know what? That's what we're going to do. So here we go. Actually, I'm going to use, where's my pin? I'm going to put the pin in this one, and I'm going to use the big nozzle. Well, I think it's a big nozzle. The other night, I was working upstairs in front of the TV, and I lost the cap. So this poor glue bottle sat for a day and a half with no cap. And then we found the cap, and the glue was still pouring. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get another pin. The glue was still pouring. Ugh. Do I have another one around here somewhere? Out and easily accessible? Of course not. Okay. Anyway, the glue was still pouring, but I think the nozzle had some dry glue in it, so it's been a little thinner than normal. Let's get a new pin for the other glue. Oh, the problems we face when we're crafting. Okay. Now, let's put some glue on here and get this sucker glued down. Once I do this, we'll line the tucks. And I know this hasn't been overly exciting, and then we'll try and put the flip-flop thing together the way it's supposed to go. Because right now, I've got it all out of whack. Okay, so let's go all around here. As much glue as possible so nothing comes apart. I'd say that's my biggest fear, is that I make a journal, I get my shop open, somebody buys the journal, and then it falls apart on them. I would be so upset if that happened. Okay, now let's get our water down here and put it right up against the seam. Right like that. Down she goes. I especially want the edge glue smushed and burnished down all the edges. So we go out toward all the edges. First of all, it gets excess glue out of the piece. But it also makes sure that glue gets squished out to the very edge and that the paper sticks right up to the edge of the paper, hopefully. That's the idea. Okay. See, all the paper, it squished out onto the thing. So we're good. Now, the idea would be to cut this now. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I'm not going to want to fold it right away, only because I'm worried that if I fold it right away, it'll put a weird crease in the paper because the glue is still wet. So, okay, so that's that. We're going to come from the other direction on this one. Sorry. So we'll get the water cut off. This will be a flip out, so we'll have a place to put some interesting little pockets on the water. And well, I told exactly what I thought I was going to do because of the illusion of the stripe. That stripe isn't straight on there, so I cut into the envelope. It's bound to happen. Okay, well, all right, so if this is our front, we have this. Let's see if I can let's get something to reinforce this with, and we can go ahead and do that while I'm waiting. Not that. Where's the, oh wait, I know. This is a nice sturdy book page. So we're going to use a piece of this. To reinforce this flap. So let's put some glue on here. I'm excited to try and use up, actually, I will say this. My beach altered book was one of the projects that I didn't get finished during my hiatus, so it's still sitting over there waiting for me to finish it. But I'm done pretty much with the pages, so I knew that all of this scrapbook paper for the most part was excess, which is why, it's not wanting to behave for me. I'm trying to make it even up there so I don't have to cut at that end. If I don't have to, that would be great. Okay. But anyway, so that book didn't get finished. So as I'm going through and making ephemera and stuff for this, it might help me limit what I'm using in there a little bit, in respect to the fact that sometimes too much stuff can be just as overwhelming as, you know, not enough, I guess. I don't know. Why is it not working? Because I want to go this way, right? There. Okay, and then we can glue the tuck down. I am going to clip the corners. I like a nice rounded corner. I had thought about clipping the corner, going through here and clipping corners all over this journal, but I can't clip the really thick corners. They just won't fit in the thing. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Why is that? Oh, I need to trim. I need to trim that. Why is that so much higher than the envelope? Okay, so we've got a little bit of a overhang up here that I missed. You know, I make the comment, oh, well, we'll just trim it. Well, that's not always the easiest thing in the world if it's already attached to the book. But, you know, we make do. Okay, so here we'll put some glue on this, and that tuck is done. So that's good. Progress, progress. We like progress, right? Okay. Okay. So that's that, and that goes like that. And then we open up here and we have a pocket. And then this goes down and we open this up. Oh, we need to decide what we're going to put here. I might put more of the umbrella there. Oh, wait, maybe not. Well, oh, my problem with it was going to be sideways. I think that's why I didn't do it. Because if I put the umbrella on here, it's going to be sideways. So I could do just orange. It wouldn't totally cover that. I might not mind it. What do we think? Maybe? I'm trying to use scraps, guys. Can you tell? I mean, I can cut into another piece of paper, but if I can use the scraps, awesome. I do have more paper here. Let me see if there's anything I want to pull out and use there. If not, I don't mind that orange because it ties in over here and the green ties in here. So I'm not upset about it. The only other one I might do is red. I actually kind of like, do I like the orange better or the red better? I'm going to be honest, I like the red better. Okay. We're going to do it this way. I still think I'm going to cut it short, like so that it doesn't cover that whole piece. So like maybe to right there. It's not going to be a pocket or anything. I don't think. I suppose it could be. If I'm going to make it a pocket though, I need to, you know me guys, I need to reinforce it. So I'll have to get another piece of, either another piece of scrap and double it up, or I can glue it to this book. Is the book tall enough? No, the book isn't tall enough. What did I just do with all my scrap strips? Up there. Up there. Trash. Okay. Let's get some of this excess stuff out of my way that's kind of in my way. And we'll have to reinforce this just with another piece of paper, I think. Where'd the orange piece go that I was thinking about using? I could do a double tuck, but the problem with that is then I have to reinforce both pieces. I really like that. Shoot! Oh, wait. What about this? Well, that'll enforce one of them. Okay, guys, we're gonna glue this down to here. I'm gonna have to do some cutting out. Maybe I'll just use the trimmer. That way it goes quick. Although I don't want to drag my trimmer through wet glue. But while I'm doing this, the water on the other piece should dry. So we're gonna get these pieces ready for this double tuck. And I might finish it off. I might finish the tuck off camera, and then show it to you when I come back, or you know, like that. Next time we work on this journal. I'd like to be able to like do it in stages. So we're doing. Whenever I've tried to say, okay, we're doing ephemera for this journal and this. I end up getting like 2 or 3 pieces of ephemera done, and then we get nothing else done, and I end up doing most of the ephemera off camera, or it's like 12 videos before I can get anything accomplished. It's, I mean, let's face it, making the ephemera is the long part, right? It takes the longest. Let's see if I have any more scraps sitting over here to the side. I do not. I know where I do have some. Hold on a second. I wonder if this is long enough. Yeah, and it doesn't even need to be all of that. The fold is actually almost, oh no, it was almost perfect, but that's okay. So I'm going to glue this piece down on here, and we'll have, both of these will be reinforced. Now this is probably scrap I could use for something else, and I'll still get a piece off of here, and what I'll end up doing with it more than likely is, as you can see, I used it to make a big whale tail punch. I will most likely do that with a lot of my scraps. I went through a pile of scraps that I had off to the side while I was gone, and I pulled out my whale tail punches that I got myself for Christmas, and I just went to town. Now I have a box. I have some singles, with the thought being that if I like a pattern paper, like say I make a journaling card, and I don't mind the pattern paper on one side of the journaling card, but I don't like it on the other, then I can glue two different whale tail halves together. So for some of them I do punch singles, just so that I have the option to possibly make the sides different. Oh, I just drug a whole ton of glue over the surface. All right, let's put these off to the side to dry. And we'll look at, so that folds in, and then whatever's on the back of here should be the back of the journal. Then we open it up, and we have this pocket and this flip in. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna poke through it if I'm not careful. Let's go ahead and flip this in. So it flips in like that, right? And then, no. Oh, and then it flips in there like that. And then this is going to be a tuck, so that needs reinforcing, and then that's the front again. Okay, yes, there we go. We have it. So we have the little signature, we have a pocket, we have another signature and a flip out folio. We flip this over, we have a tuck on the back. We flip into this side, we have a pocket in here. Ooh, I gotta do some. We have a flip out here. This comes over. This is gonna have a tuck on it, I'm guessing. And then this little tuck here. And then we're back to the front. And there we have it. We're all set. So that is my little use up my beach paper scraps folio. I hope you guys are enjoying the whole pick a project thing. I will be back again, and hopefully I'm going to go ahead and reinforce all of this stuff and glue it down off camera. I'll get this tuck done, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be choosing pages for this. And you know, that's where we'll pick this up there. And I will see you guys in the next pick a project. I think 4 is enough for now, right? We've got, for our pick a projects, we're going to be rotating through right now. We're going to be rotating through this flip-flop, this beach flip-flop journal, the popcorn little golden book, the Victorian photo album book, and the purple envelope journal. So we have quite a few projects going. I think 4 is enough for now. And I will see you with who knows which one coming up in the next pick a project video. Bye bye, guys.